Want to better your stream and overall audio? We've got one of these, TC Helicon GoXLR Mini. Let's unpack it and set it up. So now that we've unboxed the GoXLR Mini, I want to run you through some of its features. Before we do that, before we have a look at the app, you need to go into some settings. So what I want you to do is click into your system, so right click in there and go into Open Sound Settings. When you've opened Sound Settings, you're going to go down to Advanced Sound Options, App Volume and Device Preferences. I'll run through this very quickly with you. What you need to do here is make sure that you're in your App Volume and Device Preferences, your output and your input are both together the GoXLR Mini. Now what I've done is that the output I put to system, so that's anything kicking out of my computer comes through via the GoXLR Mini, and I'll talk to you about how to assign channels to that in a brief moment on the app. Your input's going to be your broadcast stream mix, so that's your microphone and anything that's going to go out onto your stream. So I've got that as input. Now all of these are set to default. Everything is currently running through the GoXLR. When I open a page, because what happens on my stream is I play music through Epidemic Sounds. It's a brief video about Henrik Olsen, music producer. But Google Chrome's come up. So Google Chrome has been assigned to my music fader. So what that'll do is I'll be able to control all of my music, all of YouTube and all of Google Chrome's any tabs open. The sound has gone through the music fader, and you can assign these to anything you want, and any other system, any other place you play music. So if you play music from your PC, for example, I'm on a one PC setup, so this is just one PC. And what happens here? this is done this wrong. So I've got some music on. It's come through via Groove. Now what I do is I actually put this to my my system fader. But what happens very occasionally is that when you open, say you're opening GoXLR for the first time, it will default, for some reason it will kick everything back to music. So I've just put that back on system. So that's controlled by the system fader, and we've got Henrik
creating all the music in my bedroom.
It's controlled by the music fader. So if you do that, and then you can assign basically anything that you, any apps that you use, you can assign a fader to through the drop-down menus here. So now we go on to the GoXLR app, the GoXLR software. What this will show you is you'll have your profiles view. So this is your browser, and here you can import, export, delete, copy, create your own color scheme, etc. All on here. I've stuck with the traditional green and red, and what the fader will do is it'll actually, as I put it up, the color changes to, it goes all the way red. You first tab down here. So this is where the control systems come into play. So when you open it, it will first ask you to do your mic setup, and what it'll do is it'll show up. So you've noticed the level of my voice has gone up. This is what it sounds like when it's flat. So there's no noise gate, there's no compression, and basically you've got to get your voice, got to be in the green. So once you've done that, you will then move on to these. So these will all be in simple mode, in basic mode, and you can control the amount of that you control your noise gate. My PC is not terrifically loud, but if I took it all out, you will be able to hear all of the background noise on my PC and anything going on in the background. I've got the noise gate at about 32. Again, I'm using an AT2020 XLR microphone. Whatever microphone you'll use, you set the level of your noise gate. And if you want to get really into it, this is the more advanced controls. So being an audiophile like I am, you can set the threshold, so when it comes in, when it releases. The attack I don't really use, and then the actuation it's a bit more of a fine-tuning exercise. So have a little fiddle around with that to get the correct level. If you drop down too quietly, the noise gate will cut off because it's not detecting a noisy signal. So set it. where you're like a hand. So put your hand on put your thumb, your nose essentially, and you want to be where your little finger is touching your microphone. That's how long away you should be from your microphone. It's an old radio technique. So those are actually gate settings there. I'll leave that open because it opens up in basic mode. And then if you go into advanced, again, you've got basic equalizer. I like the 80-20-20. It's got some quite rich tones, but I've added more because I like the rich tone. But again, you can play around with the equalizer to your leisure. There's a fine tune mode as well, so you can even go. I've enabled that. Look, and it's already changed my voice. Amazing. So you can do some fine tuning with that as well. So that's your equalizer, and then you can press that. If you want to add any compression to your voice, just to sort of tidy it up, make it nice, have a play with those because your microphone settings are going to be different to mine. So that's your mic tab. On your mixer tab, you can set levels for every fader. So I know there's only 4 faders on here, but you can also assign your channels to whatever source you like. Now I've stuck to the conventional. I've got mic, I've got chat, which is Discord, I've got music, and I've got system, which we've already talked about. So system is game sound, music is whatever, either Google Chrome or whatever it might be. Yeah, Discord, and then my microphone sounds. So that's all. So that's channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. You've then got the mute options. You can actually select how your mute works. So if you want it muted all, you can just mute to the stream. If you're talking to somebody in the room, for example, you don't want your stream to hear it. Or if you're talking to Discord and you don't want your stream to hear it, you can mute to the stream. All sorts of options there. And you can assign your channels to whatever source you like. Like I said, I've stuck to the conventional. But there is a line in at the back of the GoXLR. If you've got something coming in like an iPad with your music on or something like that, you can assign that. You can even assign your headphones as well because it hasn't got a headphone fader. So there are your channels, your mute options and your sources, and then your mixer. You've also got your bleep, which is that. You've got a swear button, and then your headphone level. Mine is at 100%. It probably shouldn't be. I'm probably deafening myself. And then you can actually set your mic monitor level. Set the level that you can hear yourself in your ears, basically, which I love because, like I say, I'm old school. I've come from radio, and that is essential to me. Is I can hear my own voice. So that's a really key fader that they've put in, and I love that. If you don't want that facility, then just knock it all the way down. But that's your headphones level is there. So that's on the mixer tab. Your cough buttons. Now, after a recent update, and this is a very recent update, so this is why I'm doing this again. This is 2021. You can actually set the behavior of your cough button. So next to your swear button is a cough button, and essentially it is a mute switch, which is that one there. That's your mute button. So if I've got a little frog in my throat, which I have now, ironically, I've pressed the hold. And if I hold the cough button and let go, it'll delete up the cough button. It will actually mute the microphone. Now, obviously, if you press toggle, you can just press it once to take it off, and then once again to bring it back on. So that's a brand new feature of the new update from GoXLR. And then you've got your mute option, so you can actually assign what your cough button does. Where does it mute to? Which I think is brilliant. Lighting, this is entirely up to you. Now I've gone old school with the red and the green. So the greens is kind of like this is your safe level, and reds is obviously it's quite loud. So I've just gone with green and red, but it's entirely up to you, however you want to do it. The meter function is brilliant, and I should be putting some footage over the top now of me talking into the microphone, and you can actually see the meter. It actually goes up as I'm talking to you. The meter is moving. I've stuck to gradient though, because I actually want to see the level of where it is, and it'll stay. You can assign colours to your cough bleep buttons as well, which are all again red and green. Very boring, I know. And your global accents, which I think is cool. So you can get really, really inventive with your colour scheme, which I think is great. Now, routing wise, this is where your inputs and outputs get routed. So through your headphones, for example, I have got mic, chat, music, games. So everything basically comes through my headphones. And going out, everything on the broadcast stream mix, everything goes out. So mic, chat, music, games, everything that comes out of the GoXLR Mini currently will be broadcast on my stream. Now, you can take these out in and out as you wish, and I do if If you've got speakers, for example, on your desk, you can route those to wherever you want to route them to. And then your chat mic, you can obviously assign those to different areas as well. So if you just want to be heard in Discord, etc. So that is routing options. And then system, again, when you need to do a mic setup, you've got a new mic, you can set your mic up. It's got a very brief tutorial just to talk about basically what you're seeing now. Any help and support, audio information is there, software updates, etc. Global settings. Now this will be, you've obviously got a profile. You've got 3 profiles. I've got 3 profiles anyway. You might have many more. You can set up many more profiles. That'll tell you where they live. And then you've got some lock functions, some other functions as well. We can minimize the application because when it opens and it just stays on your desktop, so you minimize that. And then I think this option here, don't quote me on this because this is quite new to me as well, you can have this on a 2 PC setup. Maybe that is click that option and you'll have the option to control your GoXLR on 2 PCs. There's some analytics there. I've never looked at that, so I'm not going to do it now. With all of these tabs, they're all assignable, so have a play around with them and make sure you get it right for you, that it sounds right and that it looks right. Thanks for joining me unboxing this GoXLR Mini. If you want to see some more unboxings, they're all up there. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to post any comments or questions down below in the comments, and I'll try and answer all of them for you. In the meantime, I stream on Twitch every Thursday through Saturday, 9 PM GMT. That's it. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.